Nityananda sir,
Yes.
you can start
Shall
now.
I start now? Yes.
Yes.
Respected Professor KOTESWARA, Associate Professor, Placement and Training, SSE, Saveetha University, and our respected Suresh, and my dear Venkatramani, and also my beloved friend Mr. Tirunavukarasu, and also all the participants who have registered for this program. Like they have, this is, I used to mention in this juncture, this is our 10th webinar program on
11th.
behalf of Mala. 11th, yeah, a small correction, 11th program. Yes, it is a proud for us to express this is the 11th webinar program on behalf of Mala. It is organized, and for this, the coordinators, co-coordinators, and organizers, I have to thank everybody for this arrangement of this program. See, in the 0 hour, I discussed with the resource person, Professor KOTESWARA. He was mentioning he was here in Chennai for 20 years, especially in near Avicii School, working in Tech Mahindra. Really, it's a proud for us. We welcome you, sir. Sir,
Thank you, sir.
happy morning to everybody, including the participants who have joined in this meeting. And the interesting topic is the life skills for success. வாழ்க்கையில் வெற்றி அடைய என்ன வழிமுறைகள், திறமைகளை நாம் வளர்த்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும். அருமையான தலைப்பு சார் சூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. இதே தலைப்பை ஒட்டி நான் அடுத்த மாதம் கொடுக்கறதா இருக்கிறேன். உங்களுடைய நிகழ்ச்சியை நான் லிசன் பண்றேன். இதையும் நான் சேர்த்துக்கிறேன் என்னுடைய பிரசன்டேஷன். ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். And it is the need of the hour during this pandemic situation. And we know these 3 points. One is pandemic.
Okay, I think we lost connection from President. Sir, please continue. Venkatramani sir, you can introduce the resource person now.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Sir, 1 minute. There is a fan sound. There is a fan sound that was disturbing us.
Sir, 1 second.
Fan sound.
Venkatramani sir, உங்க ஃபேனா பாருங்க.
பாருங்க.
இல்லையே, நல்லது ஏனா.
சுரேஷ் பாருங்க.
வேற ஏதோ ஒரு சவுண்ட் வருது.
So still sound is there, sir.
சுரேஷ் இப்ப எப்படி இருக்கு?
தம்பி தெண்டாக்கர்ஸ் உன் ஏரியால பாரு.
இங்க ஃபேன்
சவுண்ட் வருது சார்.
உங்க ஃபேனா
லைட்டா வருது, சவுண்ட் இருக்கு.
என்ன ஃபேன் தெரியலையே.
சரி, பரவாயில்ல, நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். Nityananda sir, you want to continue?
With this small introduction, really, I welcome our Professor KOTESWARA to this memorable event. And the topic, once again, I wish to recall the life skills for success. Interesting topic he has chosen. Sir, we are proud of meeting you and listening to your lecture, sir. I hope all the participants will get valuable input from your speech. I believe there is no doubt at all. Yes, if time permits, we will meet because you are in Chennai. I hope I can meet you in near Avicii School, really in person also. Yeah, so that my diary will be enhancing. Once I add your name in my diary, it will be enhancing. I would like to develop my PR program with you. Thank you, sir. With this small introduction, I hand over the session to Mr. Venkatramani, Secretary, Madras Library Association, who will introduce our the great resource person, the knowledgeable resource person, potential resource person, Professor KOTESWARA Rao. Mr. Venkatramani, please.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Professor Nityanand sir, Tirunagarasu, Suresh, and Mrs. Netra Tirunagarasu, senior executive from TCS, and I convey my thanks to Suresh and then Tirunagarasu and Mrs. Netra for organizing this quiz program regularly for the benefit through Madras Library Association for the benefit of a library professional. And as we are in order to exchange our knowledge, exchange and share our knowledge and experience, we are continuously arranging series of programs. One such program today we are arranging through Mr. T. KOTESWARA Rao. Is a placement associate professor and placement officer from Saveetha University, and he is a library science professional turned to be a trainer and a placement officer. And it is indeed a pleasure for me to introduce Mr. KOTESWARA Rao to you. And he was a library science person, and he has completed his master degree in life sciences from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam, and MBA HR from Visakhapatnam. And he started his career as training in British Council Library from 88 to 89, and he was associate information management services in Citibank, Chennai, and he was in British Council from 1991 to 2000, and from 2000 to 2015 he was in Tech Mahindra as global learning consultant, and presently he is working as associate professor and placement officer from February 2017 in Saveetha School of Saveetha School of Saveetha University, and he is an eminent trainer, and I remember that myself and Mr. I could recollect myself and Mr. Subbarao from CLRI and Mr. Divagar from CCMB, all of us, we attended a Citibank interview at Chennai. I could able to recollect, he could not remember that, and I request Mr. I request Mr. KOTESWARA Rao to take over the program.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. At the outset, my profound thanks to Dr. Nityanandan, President, Madras Library Association, and Dr. Venkatramani, Secretary of Madras Library Association, and Mr. Tirunagarasu, founder of lisquiz.com, and my institution, Saveetha School of Engineering and Saveetha University, for the opportunity. As President Sir and Secretary Sir introduced, I am KOTESWARA Rao. I have 32 years of experience in both corporate and academic sphere. I worked in 3 global organizations, Citibank, British Council, and Satyam. Satyam had a crisis and taken over by Tech Mahindra. You are aware of that. I was heading Tech Mahindra Chennai, Sholinganallur office for about 12 years. And then I moved to Saveetha School of Engineering, Saveetha University, and currently working as an associate professor of training in Saveetha School of Engineering in Saveetha University, Tandalam, Chennai. Fine. Now, and I thank all the professional friends, students, and all the colleagues who joined this webinar program. I'll try to share some of my perspectives, ideas, and experiences from the point of view of what I have seen, what meant by success. And allow me for a few seconds to share the screen. All right, friends, welcome you all once again. And the today's topic is life skills for success. What are the skills that have been required by the whole world, rather industry, to be successful, be it a professional student or a professional or a working experienced professional, whoever it is applicable, I think, equally to all the. But primarily, I would like to focus on youngsters and young professionals and students and youngsters and budding professionals who are actually need to be successful and who are in their nascent stage of their professional career. As you know, success means different things to different people, isn't it? So basically, success cannot be defined so easily and different things to different people. But nevertheless, I would like to take it from the perspective of what it is and how to be successful, what skills are being expected, and what are the 21st century competencies and capabilities that are being expected by the whole world. We refer this world as VUCA world. As you know, VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. Let's see. Success is a process of acquiring and procuring, retaining, and attaining progress in life. It could be a personal life or professional life, may be called as success. A set of achievements, understanding, and personal attributes that make individuals more likely to gain life skills and to be successful in their chosen life and their occupations, is what Dr. Peter Knight and Mans York have said that. So it's a set of achievements, understanding, and personal attributes, characteristics, competencies, capabilities in one's life and their occupations may be called as success and may contribute to your success. As you know, friends, success is a continuous process and it's a journey, and it's not a product. It is a continuous, never-ending process. So we can't say that I have achieved success and I can relax, and it is a continuous process and journey. It's an integration of three parameters or components called ASK. ASK stands for attitude, skills, and knowledge of our individual professionals. So be it students or professionals, I regard LIS professionals so much, basically a fellow fraternity, because LIS professionals in this knowledge era are doubling up and assuming the role as a mentor, teacher, leader, and what is called guru, mentor to the students and their user community. Therefore, it applies to our LIS professional fraternity so much. So it's a conglomeration of ASK, attitude, skills, and knowledge. And what is actually the most important crux or the requirement or the fundamental platform for success, according to, they're all my perspectives, friends, and we can discuss, and I'll have an ample time for interaction and questions, and I would like to learn from you as well. And learning for success, Dr. Alvin Toffler said that most illiterate person of the 21st century is not the one who cannot read, write, and speak, but the one who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So basically, learning is the most important mantra. Learning is the one thing or mantra for success. So when do we call a person illiterate? If he or she cannot read, write, and speak, we may call that person as a illiterate. But Toffler said that the most illiterate person of the 21st century is not the one who cannot read, write, and speak, but the one who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. That means learning has three dimensions, friends. But you need to learn, you need to be a continuous learner, unlearn whichever is old, obsolete, and outdated body of knowledge, and relearn whichever is latest and contemporary. Therefore, it's a very powerful statement with which actually I would like to start the session today. And what industry wants generally to be successful professionally in the professional arena. And of course, these pointers I am going to share today may be applicable to personal life as well. But let us see what industry, rather this global village, rather this VUCA world wants from the youngsters, from the people. Industry institutions appreciate skilled and deployable candidates. They look for judicious mixture of soft and hard skills that includes emotional intelligence, rather emotional quotient and intelligent quotient. There is, as you know, there is an author called Daniel Goleman, and he wrote a book called Emotional Intelligence, which is 30 years ago, and till today it is a bestseller. And he says that EQ is greater than IQ. So emotional quotient is greater than intelligent quotient. So it is very, very important that we need to be emotionally strong and emotionally balanced. Current Indian students, be it any science, arts, or STEM courses, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses, or any students of any works of any in the universe of knowledge, have immense energy but lack the right direction and to grab the opportunities. They are looking for right educators, mentors to guide them. In fact, LIS professionals are one important source for them to mentor, guide, and educate them through the information knowledge services. And there is an author called Thomas Stewart. He wrote a book called Death of Distance. He started the book with a powerful quote called, "Information and knowledge are the thermonuclear competitive weapons of our time." So it's very, very important that we involve in providing information knowledge services as information intermediary. Therefore, it is very important that LIS professionals develop as educators and mentors to the students and to the users and the entire their clientele. A survey says that 80% of the engineering graduates in India are unemployable. And in fact, I am going through some of the surveys, and I have seen as many as 10 surveys of 10 consecutive years. And it is varies from 70, 75 to 80, and something like that. In the time 2019, it says 80% of engineering graduates in India are unemployable. If you extrapolate to other graduates in the country of other subjects, it may be around 65 to 70. It's it's a little alarming, and we need to really as a source of concern for us, and we have to give a serious thought to that. So such kind of engineering 80% are unemployable. Therefore, we need to understand why it is like that, and what is meant by unemployability, and what is employability, and all that. In the olden days, in our generation, my generation, the jobs were scanty, and graduates are more, and that situation was unemployment. Currently, industry says that jobs are plenty, but people with the required employability skills are in short supply, are scanty and short supply. That is the reason why 80% of engineering graduates in India are coming out of engineering colleges in India are unemployable. Engineering colleges are mushrooming, and every third person is doing engineering in our country. Therefore, we need to be a little cautious about it, understand what it is. What are those skills? How to become employable? Why they are unemployable? Some of the questions. See, friends, you know that the world has many answers, but not many questions. For example, Google, if you give anything, it throws open thousands of answers, but sometimes we are short of questions, so we don't know what questions to ask Google. Similarly, the world has many answers, but not many questions. Therefore, we have to introspect and regularly ask questions and understand, debate, deliberate, and find out the situation and try to improve it with the help of all the stakeholders involved. So this is a situation. We'll see the reasons in the coming slides. Therefore, there is a business guru, Jack Welch. He is one of my role model. Of course, my primary first role model I respect, regard, and I met him twice. He's none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the great man. We lost him recently. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, rocket scientist, people president, and great teacher, and is from this part of country, Tamil Nadu, Rameshwara. He's one of, and I request probably I gave a friendly suggestion that let us read his books and imbibe his thoughts and insights and try to emulate Dr. Kalam's sayings. Okay, there is a global leader called Jack Welch. He was the CEO of GE, General Electric. What is General Electric? It's the Fortune 500 #1 company, and it is a $500 billion company. He worked as a CEO of General Electric for about 20 years and transformed GE, General Electric, from $5 billion to $500 billion. And the most, it was a very huge bureaucratic structure. They say that huge white elephant drowning under its own bureaucratic structure. Jack Welch, in 20 years, he transformed into most agile, promising, and most profitable agile enterprise. and most sought after enterprise GE. He says that get better or get beaten. In this ultra dynamic, extremely competitive knowledge era, we need to be extremely understand the situation and keep on learning, and we need to get better. Otherwise, we get beaten in the market, in this VUCA world. What are the expectations from the institutions or rather the industry? They expect plug and play employees, friends. Plug and play meaning that they expect if, for example, if you're in the final year of engineering or any for that profession for that matter, any graduation for that matter, they expect students, the graduates, to have the required competence and skills while in the college itself. Soon after they come to the industry, and they should plug and play and start working. And they expect first day, first hour productivity from their employees. So first day, first hour productivity from is all categorical. I just want to show you the lighter way. So plug and play, you should plug and play from day one without requiring much of a training, and because the training is a cost, and they need to incur a lot of cost to the training, hundreds and thousands of employees. They expect first day, first hour productivity from all the youngsters. And they expect well-rounded, holistic professionals with the right skills and attitude. It's very, very important. That means they expect all these skills to be learned while they're in the academic institutions itself. It's very, very important. Therefore, LIS professionals play a role in imparting these skills, be it public, special, or academic library scenario. So basically, attitude is extremely important. Attitude is, if you ask me what is one life skill, Rao, that will impact, that will have a greater influence, I say attitude. There are very many quotes on attitude. You know that attitude determines your altitude in life. Attitude can be your best friend or worst enemy. And HR says that, HR recruiters and people who hire your employers, rather your recruiters, say that we hire for attitude and train for skills. And that is a new normal. They say that we hire for the attitude and train for skills. The attitude is positive and good and holistic and healthy, you get hired. And anyway, they have at least, if not 6 months or 1 year, they have 1 or 2 months of training period to train in the skills. That has become a new normal. It's very, very important. That's why attitude is very critical, important. Life skill, people skill, life skill, essential skill, soft skill, whatever you call it. There are various nomenclature, but current nomenclature is essential skills for the life skills. They are very, very important. Attitude is everything. And attitude can be your best friend or worst enemy. So if it is healthy, it is your best friend. If it is cynical or negative, it is a worst enemy. Are we nurturing holistic professionals who are job ready, life ready, and society ready? Is a question we have to put ourselves, friends. All the educators, teachers, LIS professionals, entire professional community, all stakeholders have to put this question and introspect ourselves. And what's your differentiator? Because industry asks one simple first question they ask each and every person is, what is your differentiator? Why should we hire you? In what way you're different? What is your differentiator? Do you have that 80% or 85% CGPA like any other graduate student? Or this can be applied to probably existing professionals who are ready to scale up to the next level in their corporate ladder, in their academic corporate ladder. And probably you're applying for your promotion and you're attending a promotion interview. These principles are these thoughts will apply to those professionals also. What's your differentiator? In what way you're different? Why should we hire you? Why should we promote you? And in what way you're different? What is your differentiator? Do you have any extra skills? Are you good at some of the hard skills and soft skills? Are you good at your communication? Are you good at your leadership, team working, time management, and emotional intelligence, learnability, adaptability skills? Are you good at? Are you having extra certifications and what is called in additional appendages skills? All these things are the fundamental requirement. We need to have that, and it's very, very important. Let's talk about those differentiators in the next slides. What industry experts again? Friends, we live in a VUCA world. If you refer Economic Times or the Hindu, the standard newspapers, you have a regular reference to these words, this terminology called VUCA world. What is VUCA world? VUCA stands for, this world is referred as VUCA world, VUCA meaning volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And it is extremely volatile, evaporating, uncertain, lack of certainty, complex, lack of simplicity, ambiguous, lack of clarity. This world is like that. This world has become VUCA world thanks to technology, thanks to ever-changing, dynamic changes, rapid changes happening with the advent of technology. So how to, okay, fine, world is VUCA world, it is extremely changing and is uncertain, complex, ambiguous. We need to be cautiously optimistic and we keep on learning to be on the urge. It's like running on the treadmill to be on the same place. On the treadmill, can you afford to be on the same place? We'll fall down. Similarly, it's like a keep on running on the treadmill to be on the same place. How to tide over and combat this VUCA world? To tide over, we need to understand the vision and mission of the institution, organization we are associated with, are going to get associated with. Understand the situation, environment, and your subject knowledge, and your environment and your organization. Clarity of thought and action, and about clarity of your job, expectations of your job, and your role. Agility, speed, and being nimble-footed is very, very important. Speed is important, friends. You know that. I mean, my favorite subject is leadership in management. Of course, I have fortunate enough to associate with special library, and I have done hundreds of book reviews, and I have given book reviews, and I listened to a lot of global leaders, and I read books by some of the global leaders. I am really, really, really fortunate, and thanks to all of them. So this is we need to be agile, and speed is the most competitive ingredient. Speed keeps people and business young. We need to agile, and the industry, the global management gurus say that we should work with sense of urgency. We should be nimble-footed at the same time. We should work with sense of urgency. If you are slow and lethargic and laid back, and we get beaten up, get better or get beaten. They ask multivariate skills. Organizations should look for multivariate skills. Friends, this is going to be applied to young professionals, students, and also working professionals who would like to, who plan to scale up in the next stage of their career. They expect multivariate skills, including foreign language skills, and both hard and technical skills. Hard and soft skills. Hard skills are your technical and domain skills. Soft skills are your other skills. These are attitude, communication, interpersonal skills, life, people skills, learnability, adaptability, time management, team working. Of course, we'll see some of them in detail in future, in the coming slides. They expect both the skills. They expect a judicious amalgamation of both hard skills and soft skills, friends. It is very, very important. We should not really undermine. That's why organizations are giving a very closer look at these life skills, or people skills, or essential skills, or soft skills. That is they expect a Mother Teresa and Sylvester Stallone in one person. That's what actually the people look for to be successful in the professional environment. The world look for people with integrity, authenticity, and empathy. It's very, very important, friends. Very, very important. You need to be integrity. You practice integrity. You should be ethical, and you should practice integrity, honesty, sincerity, and you should be authentic, and you should be empathetic towards people and their requirement, and you should listen to people and find out and empathetic towards the requirements of other people also. Authentic is very, very important. Once a vice president of Accenture told me that when I asked what do you look for in our students in the interview, he said, nothing, sir. They should be good at the basics of their subject knowledge, and we want them to be authentic. That's it. He used one word and went away. When we explored, said authentic meaning, you should be sincere, honest, and trustworthy, dependable, and you should be practice integrity and ethics, and you should work with the personal value system. That's why there's a saying that if you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. So he said, so nothing, sir. We want the students to be authentic. Then they get hired. Okay. Then let's talk about in the VUCA world. We are in the scenario called digital disruption. The disruption in tech-savvy digital world is caused by various phenomena. You know that. And I'm not an expert in technology, but having worked for nearly 16 years in IT industry, I have seen through IT industry, and I am very fortunate, thanks to my organization, Satyam and TechM, my previous organization, British Council. I was there for 10 years in British Council, and Citibank, American Global Bank, for 2 years and all. What I understand is that disruption in tech-savvy world, digital world, it is era of digital world. And the technology is causing rapid changes in this digital world. That is why we also call this is the era of digital disruption, DD, digital disruption. Okay, what are causing this digital disruption or rapid changes in the digital technologies? Let's take a few examples. Ola, Uber, Airbnb, Google, Facebook, Alibaba, they're all causing digital disruption. Example, Ola, Uber, without owning a single cab, they're the largest car company in the world, travel company in the world. Airbnb, without owning a single hotel room, they're the largest hotel chain in the world. Googling is synonymous to searching nowadays, isn't it? And we are all experts in Googling, and in my generation, when I was in Andhra University doing my MSc, MBA, and MLISC. And I was not having Google, and we used to go to library and write hundreds of pages from the Krishna Memorial Library. We have a beautiful library in Visakhapatnam, Andhra University. That's my alma mater. Facebook, Alibaba, Netflix, this is all causing good. They're all it came up only some 5-10 years ago, all these things, right? NMAX. Networking, mobility, analytics, cloud, social, and security is known as the technology strategy for business transformation. This NMAX is called technology strategy for business transformation. Using NMAX, network, mobility, analytics, cloud, and social security, organizations are transforming their customers as digital enterprises. That's why they call it as a technology strategy for business transformation. And I'm specifically talking about IT companies. All IT companies are investing millions and millions of dollars on NMAX technologies, be it AI, blockchain, Internet of Things, and be it anything, Pega, whatever. All these are actually ramification: cloud, social security, and analytics, data science, and machine learning, augmented reality, virtual reality, or robotics, and all that. Change is the only constant thing. Friends, of course, we are already aware of that. Change when you want to rather than when you have to. This is also proposed by Jack Welch. And he's a great leader, friends. Time and again quoting Jack Welch because we have to learn a lot from Jack Welch. Unfortunately, we lost him 4-5 months back. 5 months back, he passed away at the age of 85. He led a great life, and he was having a great learning center called Crotonville in US. Then he has a Jack Welch Leadership Center, and he recently passed away. He said, change when you want to, not when you have to. That is, when some change is going to happen, for example, in December, get ready and get it change from October, November itself. Wait till December, if that is going to be helpful and healthy for you and your institution and the entire organization. If you want to change, if you don't change, we'll soon join dinosaur clan. It's very, we need to take a note of this, friends. If you don't change, what will happen? We soon join dinosaur clan. What does it mean? Again, I need to talk about probably a bit of biology. And I was a biology student initially, friends. And Charles Darwin, the father of evolution, he proposed 3 laws of evolution. What is number 1? Struggle for existence, inheritance of acquired characteristics, and survival of the fittest. There was a struggle for existence due to lack of environment, food, and certain amenities. Then that led to second stage called inheritance of acquired characteristics. Those organisms that inherited the acquired characteristics or skills or competencies and capabilities have gone to the third stage called survival of the fittest. So this is already these 3 laws of evolution. The huge dinosaurs, mighty, huge, powerful dinosaurs, unfortunately, they posed a huge resistance to the onslaught of theory of evolution, changes in the evolution, and they demanded certain temperature, food, and certain conditions and climatic conditions, and that change of these evolutionary changes could not provide that conditions and those amenities climatic conditions, environment, and temperature to the dinosaurs. Therefore, but still dinosaurs posed resistance. They could not adapt and they could not change. They became finally, as you know, vanished, and they vanished in the thin air. Whereas small, tiny ants are very smart enough. The ants are good at hibernating and all that. They are smart enough, and they are able to understand, acclimatize, embrace, adjust to the changes, and pass through the thousands of years of onslaught of theory of evolution. And they are able to see ants till today. Ants are able to survive till today. Some people say cockroaches also, anyway. So would you like to be smart like ants, or would you like to be foolish like dinosaur? That is the question, introspection we have to ask ourselves, friends. Therefore, that's why I have written that if we don't change, we will soon join dinosaur clan. And the current generation, the youngsters are called DSCs. They are called digitally savvy employees. They are also called Gen Y, and with passion and ambition. They are all called DSCs, digitally savvy employees. It's called Gen Y. What is Gen Y? Gen Y means they keep asking questions. Why is that? Why is like that? Why this has to be done in this way? And why that process is running that way? Is there any better way of doing the things? So why? They're really inquisitive. They're extremely inquiry minded, research oriented, and that's really good. It be inquisitive and curious, and that's why. And they ask questions why. They're called Gen Y. You should request friends, youngsters in this group to please keep asking question why. If you keep asking question why, and understand your big purpose and big why, you'll really become successful, friends. There's a great British author called Rudolph Kipling. He said that I keep 6 honest servicemen with me. They are who does what, where, when, and how, and why. Who, what, where, when, and how, and why. And they help me in my success. So how beautifully he put it, right? So therefore, we should learn to ask questions. We say to our students in our university that please start asking questions. There's nothing like a foolish question or whatever. Asking questions is an important life skill, friends. That's why you should know. That's why I respect and I have great regard for the most enthusiastic and energetic Gen Y. Keep running to be on the same place. So we have to keep on learning, and we need to be unlearn the old body of knowledge, relearn whichever latest to contemporary, to be on the same place. That is like a running on the treadmill to keep running in the same place. And no army can stop an idea whose time has come. Of course, some of the slides I gave some quotes for your inquiry and for your interest. Victor Hugo said, "No army can stop an idea whose time has come." It's very, very important. And so ideas are very important. Ideas and with the research orientation and gives you probably knowledge. Knowledge imparts you the required skills. And skills are the new currency in the knowledge economy. Skills are the new currency in the knowledge economy. That's why probably we are trying to speak and refer some of the life skills that are required for the success for the professionals, be it youngsters or experienced professionals. So skills are the new currency in the knowledge economy. Disruption learning. What are the again in learning in our eyes? We discussed that learning is the mantra, only mantra. So what is the disruption happening in the learning space? In organizations, keep on, and LIS professionals play a very huge role in imparting this learning through the information knowledge services, isn't it? We deal with a lot of what is called digital information resources and digital technologies and all these online resources, and we play a very, 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 very important role. Upskilling, reskilling, and cross-skilling is a recurring requirement. Naturally, the organizations they keep on upskill, reskill, and cross-skill their employees. It's very, very important. So once you join, probably particular XY skills, and you need another Z and probably A, B, C skills. You get constantly upskill in the same technology and reskill into the probably other areas of skills, and cross skill among or between the skills. Upskilling a dire need or else becomes redundant and irrelevant. It's very, very important. And blended learning, combining online and traditional learning is the disruption that is taking place in the current scenario. Especially, that in the COVID-19 situation scenario, education industry is the only industry that is running unabated, without uninterrupted. You agree? I hope you agree with that, right? So basically, all schools and colleges and learning resource centers, LRCs, that is LIS community libraries and LRCs, learning resource. I think that's a new nomenclature, LRC. All are embarking on virtual learning, and they're combining both online and traditional learning. They're using several online platforms for imparting learning to their students and the user group. Example, very many. Oftentimes we tend to ignore them. MOOCs. What is MOOCs? Massive open source online content. MOOCs is an open source free content and online courses available on the internet, and you can do a lot of technical and the general courses. Coursera, Simply Learn, Udacity, Pluralsight, NPTEL, some of the actually online learning platforms or service providers. They offer a lot of free learning services. You know that. My favorite is, of course, I respect all, but I have done 4 courses in NPTEL. What is NPTEL? Friends, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, and MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, the Government of India, it requested all the directors of IITs and asked these directors to float NPTEL online technical free courses to all the student community, not only students, even the professional community, any learner for that matter. Of any learning community, any learner community in India, of course, it can be used by overseas other nationalities as well. But NPTEL is aimed primarily at, of course, Indian students and Indian professionals. National Program on Technology and NPTEL.edu. If you can Google it, NPTEL free online courses, you can get hundreds of online free courses. And I request and I appeal to you, I encourage you to do some of the courses. I have done some courses in life skills. I have done some courses in leadership, management, negotiation, emotional intelligence, and some courses, friends. And they're absolutely free. But if you require a e-certificate, online certification, NPTEL charges you some ₹1,000 fee, very nominal fee, because they bring you to a college like a SRM or VIT or some colleges like that, who are the nodal centers to write proctored online test in their labs, and once you clear the test, you will be given a beautiful e-certificate, online certificate. I am very happy that, of course, I am associated with NPTEL. I am one of the what is called faculty in NPTEL, registered faculty in NPTEL as well. How to get people learn anytime, anywhere is a challenge for all of us, friends. Is very, very important. That's why I appreciate Mala and LIS quiz organizations in providing the efforts in organizing these kind of learning programs, and they've done, I think, 16 webinars so far, and still going unabated, and it will continue, and providing, imparting knowledge sharing. Knowledge shared is knowledge gained. Knowledge services, knowledge sharing services to the user community. I really appreciate it, and I'll be really happy in future. Probably I request Dr. Chanandan sir or Venkatramani sir, Mr. Thiru sir, in the future, for any some of the life skills individually, if we want me to take up through this kind of a platform, so I'll be ready to do that, and I'll really be happy to do that, because I believe in knowledge sharing with whatever I learned in my 30 years of life, professional life, to the youngsters. So I appreciate the efforts of the organizers, and emerging workplace, R&D orientation, lifetime employability. We are there of lifetime employability. Gone are the days of employment and unemployment. I told you the difference between employment and unemployability, and we are in the era of lifetime employability. Employability is a concept of procuring employment, retain employment, retain the employment, get the career progression in the employment, may be called as employability. We are in the, unless you keep on equipping with your current contemporary skills and learn, unlearn, and relearn, and upskill, cross-skill, and reskill yourself, and we won't become employable. Unless we are employable, continuous lifetime employable, we won't be able to retain our job, isn't it? Especially since I know IT better, and if we know Java, for example, with Java I can sustain my family and my job for 5 years. After that, if Java goes away and some new technology comes up, if I don't reskill and upskill, cross-skill in another new technology, that emerging technology, naturally they see for 1-2 months, and then they say, friend, thank you, there is no for your skills, there is no job opportunity, there is no project here, can you kindly tap some other door? I know IT industry, how, and it's a great industry, there's great learning, it's a knowledge industry. At the same time, they don't spare if you are not employable. You know that very well. Measure for improvement, it's very, very important. We need to measure and see that how we are improving, and industry prefers teams over individuals. We need to be a great world-class level 5 effective, efficient, functional team player, and they prefer teamworking, team player skills. We'll see more in the next slide. And you need to balance between high tech and high touch. We should embrace and embark on high technology, and we also to embrace and embark on relationship. High tech is high technology, digital technology. High touch, you also give tremendous importance to relationship building, humanness, and relationships and humanness of people to people connect, and empathy and all that. That's why we should know how to balance high tech and high touch. Empowerment and leadership are very important also. You need to empower people, your teams, your communities, and all the stakeholders, and you need to demonstrate leadership. Let's see what leadership in the next slides. And because organizations want to be learning organization, a learning organization is an organization that aligns in learning objectives to the overall organizational objectives. All organizations respect lifelong continuous learners, because they themselves want to be a learning organization. Unless you are a learning organization, global clientele, customers don't give projects, and you won't be in the business for a long time. Employment paradigm, organization need inquiry and research mindset, a sense of urgency. I told you that we need to, if we are slowed or laid back and all, we get knocked down. So we need to work with sense of urgency, very, very important. I can give you an example. For example, there is a company A and B, and A IT company, and I don't want to name them, and A and B are toying with the same idea of rolling out one same service, and somehow they know each other or whatever. A rolled out that particular service offering to the global customers, all IT customers in say in the month of March, whereas B little slow or rather to get ready and all, it rolled out in the month of April. So since A launched out and rolled out in the March itself, within that span of 1 month or so, and A is able to get about $200 million order or worth of contract or a business, the projects already, so therefore it's very important that we need to work with sense of urgency in all walks of life, and they respect your high productivity from you. I told you that we need to be, they look for a first day first of productivity. They look for plug and play employees, which is the reason why these employers, HR, the recruiters, they constantly instruct the college management, academic institutions to impart the required skills for the industry in the college itself, in the 7th or 8th semester of the college itself, because they don't have a luxury of training them in months and months together. For example, when I was in Satyam, I think you all know Satyam. It was the 4th largest IT company and in India, and I have seen a golden era in Satyam, and then it met with a crisis, and Raju, the chairman, did a manipulation of accounts. Then it collapsed and then acquired by Tech Mahindra. You know that. So basically, high productivity, it's very, very important, and these organizations give tremendous importance to their kind of a productivity, and once they acquire it and they roll out the services, they want to be very, very agile and work with sense of urgency, which is the reason why in the project management the customers demand to run the projects with agile mode rather than waterfall method of project management. You know that. High commitment is important. They expect high degree of commitment from the people. It's very, very important. Collaboration across the teams and all the stakeholders, adaptability and flexibility. It will be adaptable, flexible, and it will be adaptable to new technology, new geography, new learning paradigms, new city, new country, new customers, new colleagues, and new time zones. You're ready to work in night shift, morning shift, afternoon shift, any shift for that matter. And so you need to be adaptable and flexible, especially initial 5-6 years of your career. Quick learning. Quick learning is very. Quick learning is also called learnability. Ability to learn very fast is called learnability, which actually that is our competitive advantage. That's an important life skill, and you need to be nimble-footed at the same time. You should be quick in learning, very fast learner. That's called learnability, ability to learn. Life paradigm. People want the youngsters, Gen Y, especially the young professional, they want open and honest communication, honesty from the organization, challenging work environment. They don't want boring work. They want work that challenges their, kindle their intellectual curiosity and challenge their competency, capabilities and skills. And then that is why actually they want a challenging work environment and technical projects and all that. They want support for learning. They want support for learning from their organizations. And they ask organizations upfront that do you provide support if I do my PG program, MSSC, MS, or my any certifications in paid or whatever certification, especially paid talking about here. And if I do any PG, for example, I know many IT companies actually while working there, they have a BITS Pilani MSc, Master of Science in Software Engineering program. Once you clear it in the 2 years program, and once you clear it, actually that among the 3 lakhs or whatever, half the money will they reimburse. If you do certifications like technical Java certificate, .NET certification, or SQL, whatever certifications you do, that 40,000-50,000 rupees, whatever you spend on certification, because reimbursed, because that learning you acquired by the certification, that knowledge you're transferring it to your job. That's why they support to learning and they reimburse your money. That's why investing in self should be looked at as spending money on yourself should be, your learning should be looked at as an investment, not as an expenditure. And respect and recognition for the new employees, what they anticipate, Gen Y people anticipate, and they would like to make a difference and grow. They're also very keen, they're bubbly, they're ready to go, and they want to make a difference and grow, and because they don't want to be lethargic and slow. And so the Gen Y is very, very bubbly and very active and very aggressive in their learning and growth. So they expect that. Control your destiny, somebody else will control. Jacques says that. So we need to control our destiny, somebody else will control. Therefore, we need to acquire these skills, life skills, and control our destiny, else somebody else will control our destiny. Isn't it? So guessing Gallup is a American global research organization. You know, Gallup is a management consultancy firm in US, and It says that the 21st century skills index, they quoted some skills for the professionals. They are seamless collaboration across the various divisions, departments, and organizations, or within the organization, various business units, support units, and all that. Knowledge construction, you should acquire knowledge, and whatever you do, please acquire knowledge and understand, learn thoroughly, be a good SME in that area, subject matter expert in the area. And skilled communication, you should be very, very important. Communication is very, very important. And we'll see in the next slide. And global awareness, you should think global and understand how the global industry functioning, and global awareness is a very key, friends. It's very, very important. That's why my bosses used to say that think global, act local. So think global. We should think at a global scale, like what is happening in the industry, what is happening at a global scale. For example, in LIS profession, what is happening global scale, what is happening what actually the Library of Congress doing, and British Council, British Library is doing, and what the new paradigms happening in LIS space, and digital libraries and virtual libraries, what's happening in digital technologies, and how to use this AI, IoT in library services is a new paradigm, whatever. Real world problem solving is very, very important. As a professionals, we are all professionals, so let's feel proud that we have done a professional course and we are professional. The hallmark of a professional is problem solving. You are hired to solve the simple and complex problems of your society, or your organization, or your country, or the whole global village. So problem solving is very critical. That's why you get hired, and you are there to solve the simple problems of the society as a professional. And you are going to make this world and your organization and your department, your organization and your world and your country a better place. That's very, very important. Entrepreneurship skills, and you should also, some of you would like to be an entrepreneur and start something of your own, and may become a job giver instead of job seeker. That's also very, very important. Other student competencies are communication, active listening, and manage with integrity and authenticity. Be logical and research oriented is very important. And problem solving skills, always be work with solution mindset is very, very important. Out of, say, 90% of people are good at identifying problem, and they take it up with senior leaders, but only 10 to 50% of the among them will go with a solution as well. If you go with a solution, you become a great leader. So you should always work with a problem solving and solution mindset. That's very, very important in order to be successful in life, friends, isn't it? My boss told me when I joined Satyam, he said, you work with employer mindset, not employee mindset. Employer mindset meaning that you work that employer, Satyam is mine. I am almost like a MD, CEO, or a senior leader of the company. This company growth is also on one of my shoulders. And so I behave, work, and perceive as an employer myself. So we need to work with employer mindset, not a mere employee mindset. If you work with employee mindset, what will happen? 10 to 5 o'clock, we shut down the system, or we close it and we wash our hands and go away. That doesn't take us anywhere, friends. We need to work with a employer. My organization is mine. I am among the 1 lakh people or 2 lakh people. I am also one of the important factors in the growth of the company or organization, my institution. Therefore, we should work with employer mindset. Then team working, and so less of I and more of we use, we, us, and ourselves. Demonstrate positive attitude and behavior. Be authentic and values driven. Work with strong professional core values, isn't it? If you go to any organization or their website and all, they proudly demonstrate their core values, right? Similarly, what are the core personal values we have, friends? We have to really tell the people that we need to be, we should tell proudly that we work with a personal core values. What are the student competencies expected by the students or professionals rather? Be responsible and adaptable, ability to think out of the box. Think out of the box, be innovative, creative, critical thinking, lateral thinking, whatever. Edward de Bono, Edward de Bono's lateral thinking phenomena. And personal management, self-discipline is very, very important. Collaborate, participate, and respect diversity, very important. Persuasion, negotiation skills, greater listening skills. Listening, of course, is a part of communication. I put it because I confess, and I am sure, friends, you pardon me when I say that most of us are not good listeners. We are only hearing, we don't listen properly. The very purpose of listening is understanding, not just responding. Therefore, let's be a global, world-class, level 5, effective, efficient listeners first. End user orientation is very important. Always put yourself in the shoes of your customer. What your user wants, what kind of inquiry it is, and what your customer wants, and what actually from where he or she coming from, and then you will be able to come out with solutions easily for the information requirement. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door is another quote by Milton Berle. Just want to share a few quotes because actually they are quite enticing and interesting to all of us. Soft skills enhances success in life. You friends, you know that. Hard skills are your technical domain skills. Soft skills are your people skills, life skills, and essential skills. And most fundamental thing is attitude. I told you enough about attitude. Now communication. Communication is also discussed, and it is of two types: verbal and non-verbal. And communication is akin to even if you like a human breathing. If you don't breathe for a few minutes, what will happen, friends? We cease to exist. Same thing happen if you don't communicate in a organization scenario. We have to keep on communicating. 4 elements of communication are listening, writing, reading, and speaking. They are called LWRS skills. You know that. LWRS, listening, writing, reading, and speaking. L comes first. So therefore, probably management gurus say that we have to listen first, listen more rather. It's not just talking. It also involves understanding comprehension and responsiveness. Over communication better than under communication. My boss told me in my previous organization, Citibank, that over communication better than under communication. You communicate. What are your problems, your ideas, your thoughts, your knowledge, and your questions? Please communicate. And don't keep quiet. Don't keep it with you. You may be having a brilliant idea. If you don't communicate, how the team or the organization goes to the next level. I'm not trying to say that. Soft skills enhance success. Teamwork. After communication, let's talk about teamworking. Teamworking. I know, as you know, as professionals, you're already aware, and be it a budding professional or an experienced professional, we appreciate, we know the significance of teamwork. There's an author called Ken Blanchard. He's a management guru. He wrote hundreds of articles and books in teamworking. He's taken team as an acronym, abbreviation, and said team stands for together everyone achieves more. If you are together, everyone achieves more. Industry expects world-class level 5 team players. You need to be a good team player. No wonder, TCS, Infosys, IBM, Wipro, Capgemini, Microsoft, in their job advertisement, they say that the candidate has to be a good team player. The respect is because we run the projects by through teams and succeed through teams. That's why teamworking is important. You should be a good team player. Industry expects world-class team players, and success of an organization defined by many such teams are very, very important, isn't it? Organizations have hundreds of such teams to run the company. We work as a team and win as a team. And there's a great man called Patrick Lencioni. In fact, I had an email conversation with him some time back. He's still there, and he's a management guru in US. And he wrote a book called 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, very path-breaking bestseller. And he says that what are the dysfunctions, impediments, roadblocks, hindrances that will hamper the functioning of a team or teamwork. And he also gave a solution how to overcome those dysfunctions. In that 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, he started that beautiful global bestseller book with a quote called, "Not finance, not strategy, not technology. It is the teamwork that gives the competitive advantage." And it is the beautiful quote he gave. So it is not the finance, strategy, technology that gives success to the organization or individual, organization, nation, or a civilization. It is the teamwork that determines your success. Leadership and time management. Leadership is very important. Friends, don't think that leadership means chairman, manager, vice president alone or leader. Leadership is not a position, it is a passion. Only titles that don't determine leadership, friends. I strongly believe in that. To impart responsibility, if you take responsibility, ownership, and commitment, and work with overall accountability, you are a leader. Since you're already taking responsibility, ownership, and commitment, and you are accountable to your learning, your growth, your career, your family, and your country as a citizen, you are a leader. So, in the young minds, to become strong leaders of tomorrow, to reshape the country, isn't it? So, all the youngsters, especially students, we look at them as a future of the country, India, and because they have the competency, capability to shape the destiny of this country, and the country is awaiting that reshaping from those youngsters. It's very, very important. Time management skills are very important. So leadership is not a position, it is a passion. So everyone can be a leader. So everyone can be a leader. So therefore, assume leadership, take responsibility, ownership, and commitment. Let's talk about time management skills. It's important. Time management, I need not tell you about it, but I tell you 2 points which are very, very important to me from my perspective. Time management is called life management because if you live for say 100 years, break it down into years, months, and days and hours. Only those many number of hours we have in our kitty, in our bank, isn't it? So we need to. So therefore, it is appropriate to call time management as life management. We should know how to prioritize tasks as an important task or urgent task, and work on the important task, and then prioritize them and work on important tasks and take care of the time management. And there is a great, I think, management guru Pareto, and I forgot his first name. He devised a principle called Pareto principle, 80-20 rule or Pareto principle. You know this very well. 80% of the results come through 20% of the efforts. 80% of the success or revenues of a company come from 20% of your blue chip global clients, big clients. 80-20 Pareto principle can be applied to all walks of life. You know that. Don't be so time management. They say that don't be busy, be productive. The bad news is time flies. The good news is that you are the pilot. So, but you know how to steer the time it all because you are the pilot for the time which is flies. And then the adaptability. What is adaptable? I said adaptability is all about managing change and adjusting to the change and being flexible. HR professionals think that the people will be recruited on their ability to deal with the change and uncertainty. And TCS, you know, friends, TCS byline is experience certainty because they know that the world is uncertain, which is the reason why they say that experience certainty, because if they tell the customers and the employees that if you are with TCS, you can experience certainty. And talking about change, Charles Darwin gave three laws of evolution. I already told you about it, and he gave examples of ant versus dinosaur. It's very, very important. And he also gave one beautiful example. He says that snakes used to have fore limbs and hind limbs earlier, friends. They had difficulty in escaping into burrows because they get eaten away by the predators like vultures and eagles and all that. Therefore, over the years, actually, they rubbed their hind limbs and fore limbs against the rocks, and they shed their limbs and to escape freely into the burrows, which resulted into serpentine snakes. Therefore, that is also a smartness, or rather, the adaptability to the changes, as part of the theory of evolution. So, already we lost some thousands of species of snakes, and whatever is existing, actually, they are coming in a very hard way that way. Change when you want to, not when you have to. I told you that when some change is required, you change when you have to, not when you have to. Friends, I'll just take another 5 minutes and then we'll open for discussion. Thank you. Learnability. We need to adapt to the learnability. We need to be learnable, continue to learn, unlearn, relearn, upskill, reskill, cross-skill. At this juncture, there is a best-selling book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Dr. Stephen Covey. It is written about 25 years ago, and till today it is the bestseller. You know that. In that, there is a seventh habit called sharpen the saw. In that, Dr. Covey talks about constant self-renewal. He gives a beautiful anecdote or a story. He says that a woodcutter goes to the near farmhouse forest area, and he meets one master and asks for work for a daily wage basis. Master agrees and gives him an axe and asks the woodcutter to go to the nearby forest and fetch the woods. And proportionate to the number of woods he brings to the table, woodcutter gets paid. The woodcutter is happy, and he goes to the day one. He hands him over a saw or axe. Day 1, he goes and brings 10 woods. Day 2, 9. Day 3, 8. Day 4, 7. Like that, somehow productivity keeps coming down. On 5th day, woodcutter comes to the master and asks him, Master, please mentor me, guide me, and suggest me. My productivity has been coming down in spite of my same effort, and kindly guide me, and I am not able to get all the 10 woods which I brought in the first day. Please tell me what is the reason. Master asks one simple question. My dear friend, when was the last time you sharpened your saw? Master, I didn't have time to sharpen saw. I was only busy cutting the wood. Friend, if you don't sharpen your saw, your axe or saw becomes blunt, and you won't be able to cut the woods properly. From next day onwards, the woodcutter started sharpening the saw a few minutes every morning before going to the forest. That's a happy ending, happy story. Similarly, when was the last time we sharpened our saw with our required skills? Friends, let us ask ourselves. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Our other essential skills are your positive attitude, your networking skills. Yeah, that's why there is an author said that your net worth is your network. Your net worth is not your bank balance. Your net worth is your network of your fellow professional friends. Therefore, become a member of your professional bodies like LinkedIn, like Mala, and HMA, MMA, and all these organizations. And networking skills are important, and to learn from each other. And questioning, we should have the ability to ask right questions, goal setting, problem solving, stress management. And Daniel Goleman, I already mentioned that EQ is greater than IQ. Emotional quotient is greater than intelligent quotient. So let us be emotionally very strong, and we should also know conflict management. Conflicts are healthy. They solve the problems, and let us know how to know conflict management skills. friends, I summed up some universal life skills here for success. So they are all communication skills, teamworking skills, self-motivated ability to work with people with no supervision, and problem-solving, decision-making skills, and creativity. Being authentic, hardworking, and work with a great work ethic. And people ask a simple, what are your work ethics? Can you describe your passion for your profession in 200 words? Is what actually recently a lot of companies ask for that. And planning, organizing skills, dependability, adaptability, and responsibility, ability to learn fast, called learnability, ability to manage change, called adaptability, and being flexible, honesty, integrity, morality, and character focus, and technical skills. I am not saying hard skills are not important. They are very important. Your domain hard skills and technical skills are important. But I say that other side of the coin, 50% significance to be given to your life skills as well. Interpersonal abilities, empathy, strong emotional intelligence are very, very important. Then for to be successful, what professionals we need to motivate ourselves constantly, and what are the parameters? Strive for excellence in whatever you do. It's very, very important. And we need to, so excellence is our goal. Perfection can be tolerated. So stepping out of comfort zone, come out of comfort zone, and think out of box. Never settle for the second best. Try to be the best in whatever you do. Make your future employer wants you. Be ready, employable, be future ready, and be confident, learnable, adaptable. The secret of success, friends, in my 30 years, what I have seen is that the secret of success is confidence, self-confidence. The secret of self-confidence is preparation and practice. Is very, very preparation and practice. Therefore, I love this statement. Abraham Lincoln, the great American president, said that if I have 6 hours to cut a tree, I spend first 4 hours to sharpen my saw. How beautifully he put it, really. So 4 hours I sharpen the saw, and the remaining 2 hours I use for cutting the huge, say, banyan tree or whatever. That gives the importance of preparation and practice, friends. Therefore, you need to prepare and practice to be successful. Is very important. Another example, your favorite cricketer is, say, Virat Kohli, and tomorrow there's a match with Pakistan, India versus Pakistan T20 match, and captain is a great batsman. Kohli will go to nets and practice, or will go to hotel room and take rest. He'll go to nets and practice. That's another example. So therefore, it is very important that secret of success is confidence. You build up confidence to preparation and practice. There is no shortcut for success, friends. We need to work very hard and prepare and practice. And please remember Abraham Lincoln quote. Thank you, friends, for your time. And again, our beloved Dr. APJ, aim high, low aim is a crime. Let us aim high to be successful in our life and profession. And low aim is never aim low, and low aim is a crime. With due respects to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Thank you, friends. Over to questions. Thank you, friends.
Sir, Professor KOTESWARA has given a very elaborative lecture on these life skills. Really very much interesting. He has given very much input to all of us. And what are the various skills to be followed in all our walks of life? He has explained very well. And we can say there is a proverb. Sir, I hope you will be knowing this proverb. Attitude determines altitude. Okay.
Yes,
sir. Yes. And you know, once we change our attitude, definitely we will reach our altitude. There is no doubt in it.
Yes.
And you have mentioned various skills like soft skills, hard skills, everything. And you mentioned various quotations about various leaders in your lecture. Yes. Like read books, Abdul Kalam says. Well said. You know, அவர் சொல்லுவாரு ஒவ்வொரு வீட்டிலும் குறைந்தது 20 புத்தகங்களாவது இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று. See, in this juncture, I would like to quote Mr. Annadurai's sayings. We need basic needs of the human beings are 3. One is food, shelter, and dress. The fourth one need is library. It is mentioned there in the epigraphy there, which is in Anna Center Library, foundation stone. I saw it. And you know, job ready, life ready, society ready. Various captions you are giving, sir. Empowerment and leadership. What are the various skills one should have? High productivity skill, high commitment skill, collaboration skill, adaptability, flexibility, and quick learning, and time management skill, and especially leadership skills. And you have mentioned about Abraham Lincoln. If
Yes,
he
sir.
wants to cut a tree, the saw has to be sharpened for 4 hours, and then the rest of the 2 hours we have to use for cutting. Excellent. Adopt, change, and thrive. And we have to accept the changes in the life. மாற்றம் ஒன்றே மாறுதலாக உள்ளது, அதை நாம் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். பெண்ட் நெவர் பிரேக், வளைந்து கொடுக்கலாம் ஆனால் நாம் முடிந்து போகக்கூடாது. அருமையான பழமொழி சார். சார் இதெல்லாம் பஞ்ச் டயலாக்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கு. ரியலா
Thank you, sir.
Really sir, really.
Thank you.
Yes, we can bend, but we should not break ourselves.
Yes.
Excellent. And many of the people, they are frustrated in their life, saying that, so என்ன சார் இது வீட்டில் ஒரே கவலையா இருக்குது, ஒரே ப்ராப்ளம் சார், இதே சேம் திங். They got always the negative attitude, but we should have positive attitude. In your lecture, you have mentioned very well about positive attitude.
Yes, sir.
Have positive attitude.
It's a small attempt to inspire and motivate people, youngsters, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I also take opportunity of wishing all our friends happy Father's Day and happy Yoga Day and International Music Day today.
Today is the Father's Day, sir.
And Yoga Day.
Yoga Day. Happy, Your wish.
I would like to wish all our friends.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. தாயிர் சிறந்ததொரு கோயிலும் இல்லை, தந்தை சொல் முக்கிய மந்திரம் இல்லை. You need no guidance except your father. நான் இந்த அளவுக்கு வந்திருக்குன்னா என்னுடைய தகப்பனாருடைய அறிவுரையை கேட்டு வந்ததுனால தான் சார். So every credit goes to my father.
Exactly.
He led a very simple life. My father led a very, very simple life. And he did not enjoy even a basic things. I am recalling during Father's Day. Yes. And the credit goes to my parents, especially to my father and mother. Networking skills you have mentioned, questioning skills. நான் எந்த செமினார்ல போனாலும் நித்யானந்த வந்துட்டானா அவன் நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கேட்டுனே இருப்பான், நம்ம லஞ்சுக்கு டைமுக்கு போக முடியாதுன்னு என்ன. நான் அது மாதிரி I created myself, I developed myself questioning skills. I have. But see, only when you ask questions you will get relevant reply and you will get much inputs. Accordingly we can react. That is very much important. Goal setting. Everybody should have goal. ஆமா, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு லட்சியம் இல்லாத வாழ்க்கை ஒரு இடத்த போய் சேர முடியாது. அது உண்மையிலே. Problem solving, everything. And I tell you, you said everybody should write a simple essay like, say, describe your passion for the future. Write about 200 words. Like that, one time writing is equal to 10 times reading. Writing skill one has to develop. Sir, and you mentioned about self-motivation, self-confidence. I tell you, everybody, I can say a proverb like saying, say success comes from self-confidence. There is no doubt at all. We need self-confidence. Try and try, you will succeed. And what Swami Vivekananda says, try and try till you reach your goal. Like that. Whether you may believe or not, I applied for funds, project funds with AICT, All India Council for Technical Education, 7 times when I was working as librarian in Pondicherry Engineering College. I did not get. Apply, no reply. 7 times I got frustrated. 8th time I got succeeded. I am sharing this information because persistence makes success. We should have continuous efforts. When we have continuous efforts, what happens? Definitely we can reach the goal. நம்பிக்கை என்பது வேண்டும் நம் வாழ்வில், லட்சியம் நிச்சயம் வெல்லும் ஒரு நாளில். மனமே நீ மாறிவிடு, மலையோ அது பனியோ நீ மோதிவிடு, உள்ளம் என்றும் எப்போதும் உடைந்து போக கூடாது, என்ன இந்த வாழ்க்கை என்ற எண்ணம் தோன்றக்கூடாது, எந்த மனிதன் நெஞ்சுக்குள் காயமில்லை சொல்லுங்கள், காலப்போக்கில் காயமெல்லாம் மறைந்து போகும் மாயங்கள். சார், இந்த கவிதைகள்லாம் எனக்கு உண்மையிலே சொல்றேன், என்னை நான் துயரத்திலும் துக்கத்திலும் இருந்தேன். அண்ணா பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் 2வது நபராக என்னை கருதினார்கள். மேல ஒரு டைரக்டரும் இருந்தாங்க. அந்த நேரத்தில் இருந்த இது எனக்கு மிகவும் உறுதுணையாக இருந்தது. இந்த பாடல் இதையெல்லாம் நம்பிக்கை ஊட்டும் பாடல்கள்.
மனிதனுக்கு நம்பிக்கை, எனக்கு தும்பியில
என்ன
சார் அந்த கொட்டேஷன் ஐ ஃபர்காட்.
மனிதனுடைய நம்பிக்கை நமக்கு. ஆனா யானைக்கு வந்து பலம் வந்து தும்பிக்கை இல்லை. மனிதனுடைய பலம் நம்பிக்கை இல்லை. புலி தாங்கும் கற்கள் தானே மண் மீது சிலையாகும். புலியில அடிக்கிறான் சார் கல்ல, அந்த கல்லுக்கு எவ்வளவு வலிக்குது, அது பொறுத்துக்குது. அது பொறுத்ததுனால தெய்வம் ஆகுது, எல்லாரும் அது காலில் விழுந்து கும்பிட்டு போறான். புரியுதுங்களா? அப்போ வலி தாங்கும் உள்ளம் தானே நிலையான சுகம் காணும். யாருக்கு இல்லை போராட்டம், கண்ணில் என்ன நீரோட்டம். வாழ்க்கை கவிதை வாசிப்போம், வானமளவு யோசிப்போம், முயற்சி என்ற ஒன்றை மட்டும் மூச்சு போல சுவாசிப்போம். லட்சம் கனவு கண்ணோடு, நான் கொஞ்சம் கூட கருதல நான் அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டி டைரக்டரா பண்ணேன். புரியுதுங்களா? ஏதோ மலையை வந்து முடியை கொண்டு இழுப்போம், வந்தா முடி வரட்டும், வந்தா மழை வரட்டும், இந்த முடி போட்டோம், அப்ளை பண்ணேன். கடவுள் கிருபை கிடைச்சது. அதுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம்? அதுதான் வானமளவு யோசிப்போம், முயற்சி என்ற ஒன்றை மட்டும் மூச்சு போல சுவாசிப்போம். அப்புறமா நான் என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கையில் நிறைய தோல்விகளை கண்டவன். அவமானம், படுதோல்வி எல்லாமே உரமாகும். டைம் ஆயிடுதா? துக்கம் என்ன என் தோழா? I allow our Mr. Tirunavukarasu to answer the feedback questions. I hope Mr. Tirunavukarasu will ask questions, and my daughter is interested to ask a question.
Sure,
she is Dr. Tilagavati, working as chief librarian in Dr. MGR Jani College. Tilagavati will ask questions now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, these are the questions we received from the participants via live YouTube, sir.
Sir, very good morning. These are the questions we received from Mr. Nitin Joshi. What skills, competency, need of the day for LIS professionals?
I feel LIS professionals need to understand the new technology paradigm, technologies that are embracing our LIS profession, and they need to be technically savvy. Not many LIS professionals are technically savvy, is what actually I may be wrong, but they need to understand, because all these artificial intelligence and machine learning, blockchain, and these oriented questions, technologies like digital communication technologies, and they should be conversant in using offline and online and physical and digital technologies, all very, very important. I request LIS professionals to go for a orientation towards this from the experienced senior library professionals, and take it up. I'm afraid that for the past few years I moved to training domain, and though I'm keeping a watch on that, but I am not really fully tracking the impact of full impact of technology on LIS or rather domain or LRCs, library learning resource centers in the country or in the global scenario.
Okay, sir. Another question from Mr. Ramu Nayak.
Yes, madam.
Nowadays, professionals face unemployment problems. How to develop the skills, especially library professionals?
See, if we have right skills and attitude and orientation, competence and capabilities, I don't think those people will be lagging behind. They'll definitely get opportunities. And unemployment problem, it is existing. I'm not saying no, but people, if youngsters are good at technology, application of technology to LIS domain, and definitely they will be required. Organizations are really looking forward to them, and they will be required, and they'll get opportunities. It's not a problem. And they need to understand what are actually the technologies that are being sought out, sought after by these three types of libraries: the public, academic, and special libraries, and learn them and unlearn the old technology, old skills they're having, relearn whatever is contemporary, and then get ready for that. I don't agree with the fact that there are no opportunities. Opportunities are plenty. HR recruiters are saying that people with the required skills, it applies to LIS professionals also. The people with the required employability skills are in short supply. That's why they are not able to hire them. Therefore, if they have the required attitude and required skills and technically savvy, and they are tracking the technical trends happening, through what is called various programs and through their self-learning. The sky is the limit, and definitely they become unstoppable.
Okay, sir. And next question from Mr. Alagudurai. Please explain about the empowerment and leadership.
Empowerment and leadership. Leadership is a task of knowing the way, showing the way, and going the way. Empowerment is part and parcel of leadership. If you are a leader, you need to know and how to take care of the team. If you are a leader, it is all about you, not no more about me or myself. It is not about you. It is all about them. So a leader should know how to take. A good leader is the one who always tries to develop a team further. Not a good leader helps in developing further leaders from the team, not followers. A leader is the one who always gives empowerment. Is a concept of providing knowledge, competency, flexibility, environment, and opportunities for the team members to work freely without any kind of restrictions, work freely and take challenges and decisions and execute their competencies and skills. Therefore, I believe empowerment is part of leadership, and both are part and parcel of it. And if you want to be a good leader and focus on developing further leaders from your team, as a leader, you should keep on enriching your knowledge. And as a leader definition says that is the one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. That's why I said that leadership is not a position, it is a passion. If you are passionate and have the right skills and knowledge, leadership can be exerted at various levels. In Satyam, for example, we used to say that every Satyamite is a leader. Dr. Kalam is also mentioned that every student is a leader. I love and respect him so much. I really miss him so much. I met him twice. I personally contacted his secretary in Delhi and invited to Tech Mahindra for a Teachers' Day function, and we hosted a beautiful seminar in TechM for the sake of software engineers and all the associates of TechM. So he also says that every student is a leader. So that's what I try to put in, madam.
Okay. Sir, over to Mr. Tirunavkar.
Yes, sir.
Over to Mr. Tirunavkar, sir.
So ask feedback questions.
Any other questions?
Yeah. One question came up.
Yes, sir.
What can be done to improve the skill? What can be done to improve the skill of a professional in private or public library where the promotion is limited?
What needs to be done to improve the skills? Can you rephrase the question, sir, once again?
Yes, for private and public. What can be done to improve the skill of a professional in a private or public library where the promotion is limited?
Fine. I put it this way. I don't subscribe to the fact that maybe in a public library scenario, promotions may be limited, and in private organizations, there is no such limitations. I know my friend, my previous colleague, he moved from IDBI library in Hyderabad, and today he is the general manager of IDBI Bank. And he moved and he scaled up to the other areas of the banking, and he moved over there. So basically, the skills required are your knowledge in your LIS domain, number one. You should track what is the latest trends happening in LIS, number one. Number two, the host of soft skills, life skills, people skills, business skills, essential skills. I'm afraid they're lacking in some of the professionals. I'm afraid many of LIS professionals are not really conversant in communication skills, and I have been observing in various conferences, seminars, and symposiums, and they're not able to articulate their thoughts clearly in simple English, be it written or spoken English. So I request all our professionals to embark on strongly to develop the good communication skills, develop a positive attitude, be a good team player, develop resume leadership skills, continue to learn, be adaptable, be flexible, and understand the market, understand the scenario, understand the domain area, latest trends in the domain area. Then definitely people, organizations, and your employer will respect you and give you opportunities. There is no dearth, and I don't subscribe to the fact that opportunities are limited, and I request all professionals to approach their professional life with consciously optimistic optimism and a positive perspective than with a probably cynical or negative perspective. I'm sorry to say this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Now
Sir,
we have
I have one question.
question, sir.
Life skills, what all life skills I have mentioned in my presentation, and I emotionally say that 60% of professional success depends on our life skills, sir. 40%, there is a research based on this, and 40% on our domain and technical skills. Therefore, if you embark on the skills in the my presentation, I can share the PPT also with our professional friends and colleagues. And if you focus on that and improve those skills, that will help a lot in the professional development. Thank you.
I have one question, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have one question. See, nowadays ISRO recruitment, we don't find any of the recruitees from southern part of the country, South India. And are you have any special program for them as a placement officer to get placed in ISRO, DRDO, and other DAE, etc.
I'm afraid I am not in that area of training, I'm afraid, and we don't offer training to LIS professionals. My job involves
Not LIS, not LIS. It is for the engineering students of Saveetha School of Engineering or general engineering students for getting placed in scientific organizations like ISRO, DRDO, and DAE. Are you having any program for them as a placement officer, as a associate professor in placement training division?
Yes. That's a good question. Definitely, we have been encouraging students to take up their roles and their professional opportunities in these organizations, research organizations like ISRO and all that. I also invite you, if you are interested, I request you to come to our college and give a presentation and motivate and inspire our students. I really invite you. Definitely, please come.
Yeah, and one more question. We have a center in Mahendragiri, Indian Institute of Space Technology, IAST, and every year based on the what is called JEE main exam, people are selected for that, and they got 100% employment based on their performance in the 4 years course, and it is a very nominal fee for the course. And you can also suggest your students to go for BTech in IAST as well as MTech and PhD also.
Thank you for this information, sir. Thank you. Please mail me, kindly mail me, and I'll forward to my head of the department. And I take care of training. I am not the placement officer, actually.
Yeah.
I forward to my placement officer and head of the department of training and placement department of Saveetha Engineering College and Saveetha School of Engineering of Saveetha University. I'll definitely encourage students to approach and make use of this training program.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So last question.
Yes, sir.
What can be done to improve the skill of a professional in a private and public library where the promotion is limited?
Ma'am, I already asked.
It's already asked, ma'am.
Already asked.
Already asked this question. Any other questions, sir, Mr. Tirunavagar, sir?
We now our Mr. Venkatramani, scientist ISRO and Secretary of Madras Library Association will present vote of thanks.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The lecture was very excellent and it was thought-provoking, and you have given a lot of quotes and you have referred many books also. And while in your speech also you have covered all the library science fields also, how LIS professionals should develop for various skills also. And really it was an excellent program, and thanks a lot for accepting our invitation, and you have come and delivered a lecture for the benefit of the students as well as to LIS professionals. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Just for information, I am sharing that in Saveetha University, our library is called LRC, Learning Resource Center. I am of course, I get associated with that. I go there, and once in fortnight, I offer book reviews for the user community, predominantly faculty and students. And We already named our library as LRC, Learning Resource Center, which is a new nomenclature for libraries. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhanakar sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Nityanand,
everybody.
sir.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Dr. Nityanandan, sir, Dr. Venkatramani, sir, and Mr. Tirunavakarasu, sir. Thank you so much. We are through for the day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and very happy to get associated with this program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you, sir. If any specific soft skills you have in mind, for example, team working, time management, communication, you'd like to interview facing skills, group discussion, a specific training or a specific webinars on the specific topics, if you want me to take up, I'll be happy to take up.
Sure.
Okay, sir, in future. Thank you, sir. Any of the life skills.
When we conduct
Thank you,
future
sir.
programs, we may invite you.
Thank you. Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Thanks to one and all.
Thank you. Shall I log
Thank
off,
you,
sir? Thank you, Thiru, sir.
Yes. Sir, till now we received 270 registrations, sir.
370.
270 people watched.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. And is this recording there on the YouTube, sir?
Yes, sir. Same link, sir. It will be available permanently.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Even this conversation also going there? Our conversation also gets recorded, sir? No.
Conversation?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Our conversation also
Yes,
gets
yes.
recorded? Yeah, okay. Fine, sir. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir.
And, thank you very much. And bye, sir. See you again. Bye.
Very kind of you, sir. Very kind of you, sir.
Thank you. Kind of you, sir. My pleasure. My pleasure.